Hello Factorio people, welcome back to the broadcast from Space Age XL, focusing on megabasing. Hope you're all doing alright. Last time we got Fulgura sorted, which means we've now got all the inner planets done. We've got all the stuff that we want, so we can start focusing on scaling up big time. Hopefully big time anyway. If you want to do the old like, comment, subscribe for me. I'm recording this video quite far in advance, actually, even before the Fulgura one that I just mentioned is coming out. And that's how you know. That's how you know I'm playing a lot of Factorio, because I need to record, like, before I forget everything that I've done in the save files. So I'm recording because I want to play more. And I don't want to play too much, because otherwise I'll forget everything I did. Anyway, without any further ado, let's jump straight into it, shall we? Okay, here's the Fulgura base, making all the good stuff. Making all the stuff that we want on Fulgura. Which is just science packs and EM plants, to be honest with you, and maybe even some recyclers, but not really that fussed about recyclers at this point. We got the mech armor as well, of course. Right, so today's plan is to go to Vulcanus and make Vulcanus our rocket launch hub. Vulcanus is good for rocket launch components for the most part, and it's also very important that they're there because this is the only place you can make the green belts, and obviously we want the green belts everywhere going forwards. They only stack to 50 in a rocket, so yeah, put in like 2,000 green belts, 200 undergrounds, and 100 turbo splitters into a rocket is going to take a long time. One rocket silo, so we need to do better. But now that we've got everything that we need, everything that we can, EM plants, foundries, etc., we can go to Vulcanus. I'm in fact ready to just jump straight in there. Oh, that's not a rocket silo. That's a rocket silo. Where is it? Oh my god, it's not even ready. Well, I'm ready to go, but the spaceship isn't here. Anyway, alright, we'll go to Vulcanus. We'll go to Vulcanus. Just taking in the ambiance. Okay, let's go. So Vulcanus is going to be, yeah, our plan to be our new hub. We could even do some interesting stuff here, like make the science packs here, but we'll talk about that another day. I've just got the Fulgura shuttle, brought the Fulgura shuttle over, mostly just so I can bring the EM plants, and then we'll delete Vulcanus from your schedule, and you can go back to your regular plan. Going to Nalvis and dropping off the science packs. Are you gonna go? Oh, you're waiting for big mining drills. Of course you are. You don't need these. You don't need these anymore. We're done. We're done with this. This can just go, in fact. So we would like to make a decent number of processing units, low density structures, and rocket fuel on Vulcanus so that we can turn Vulcanus into our manufacturing hub for the most part. And also, we still want to send rocket parts back out into space, right? I'm not really very interested in also making lots of processing units, LDS and rocket fuel on Gleba. Fulgura is a different story because on Fulgura you get these two for free, and then rocket fuel also comes out of the ground, but we want to be able to go from Vulcanus to Gleba with these parts as well. So Vulcanus will also have to serve that purpose. You could do Fulgura, of course. Don't be fooled by these lines. These lines are all exactly the same distance. This isn't actually closer. Somehow. But we'll do it like this. And we'll do like an interrupt on the spaceship, you know, to say go and get some more rocket parts when we need rocket parts. Right. I guess we better get started. Processing units, electronic circuits, advanced circuits, which means we're going to need plastic. Iron plates and copper cables, of course, not a problem. Plastic, possibly a bit of a problem on Vulcanus. And then low density structures, not a problem if we get the plastic sorted, and rocket fuel, maybe a problem. Solid fuel and light oil, I don't know. We'll have to just basically have a big old play. So let's see what we've come up with. So we're going to start basically a brand new bus here for this. So that if we ever, and when we want to demolish this top half, we can just get rid of it and use like these city blocks here and like maybe integrate a bus this way. But for now I'm just going to have a small little bus that goes across here. You know, low density structures, rocket fuel, and then silos here or here. Can't remember exactly where I put it. Oh, you may notice I've got a flashing alert here. A fluid is low. Didn't scale up electronites enough, but that's easily sorted. I just put some productivity modules and some speed beacons here. I'm still farming modules just while everything's running. Makes sense to do that. So hopefully we can get some more holmium, and once the holmium backs up, the reason the holmium doesn't back up is because I very foolishly decided that what I wanted was 200 EM plants in a chest ready to go. Which means we're using a lot of holmium, because we're also using a lot of processing units at the moment while everything backs up. But once everything does back up, it's all fine. It's all good. Anyway, we're not here about Factorio, we're here about Vulcanus. So I did this 8 EM plants with quality module 2s in. This will make about 300 processing units per minute, and that's what I've decided is the target. So we're going to go for about 300 processing units, rocket fuel, low density structures, and we'll scale everything towards that. So to feed this we need 268 advanced circuits a minute. That is done here with a bit to spare. Obviously always a bit to spare. I mean, the whole thing's going to be to spare. It's very optimistic to assume that we're going to be using 295 processing units a minute just launching rockets, but we want to be able to if we have to. You know? We don't want to be sat around somewhere for an hour waiting for rocket launches to happen. And then this many green circuits. Just over 3,000 green circuits a minute, which you can do like this quite easily. Again, a bit of an overflow because we may want to like incorporate a bottom wall into some of this stuff to make some of the important things to take elsewhere, you know? Substations, chests, roboports might be nice. So this was step 1, just making sure that the numbers sort of make sense, that if I aimed for 300 processing units a minute, I didn't need like 6 city blocks of green circuits. But thankfully it's okay. This is all good. This is all advanced circuits is very precise, 0.56 extra a second, so this is not too excessive, but as I say, it will back up eventually. I'm not too concerned about power here. Obviously with the modules and the beacons and stuff, this is going to draw a lot of power, but I'm not too concerned about power. It's very easy to get steam from the absolute excess of sulfuric acid that comes from the ground, and also solar panels and stuff. So I'm really not concerned about that. Okay. Let's move on, shall we? Okay, low density structures, 309 a minute. Somebody tell him he needs to find a way to put the plastic into the design. Somebody tell him that, please. I think he ends up doing it like this. I don't know why I've started referring to myself in the second person like that, but there we go. And then rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is, of course, an absolute nightmare on Vulcanus, because you need to get the light oil from something. Solid fuel. Solid fuel is best made from light fuel. Out of all of the ways to make solid fuel, light oil is the most efficient. 20 petroleum gas makes 1 solid fuel, but you can get... It takes 30 light oil to get 20 petroleum gas and a bit of water. With that you would be able to make 3 solid fuel. and then 20 heavy oil to make 1 solid fuel, but you can turn 40 heavy oil into 30 light oil, which means this is equivalent to 15 light oil. So you want to use the light oil recipe. But of course we're going to have to do coal liquefaction. We've got the special coal liquefaction researched now. So we'll use this one and we'll do a different oil processing block. And for this we will need about 5 blocks of this, which isn't that much light oil itself, but it's 1,870 solid fuel, which is a decent amount of light oil. But okay, that's alright. Are you still complaining? What are you still complaining about? It's the processing units, basically. It's this. This was, like, a good idea, but this kind of goes through a lot of the processing units as well. So the processing units don't really back up, which is fine because we still need the holmium. Because this is going into these. Yeah. So like really, we need to speed this up. So maybe we could also do with a couple of productivity modules in this. Because I never scaled this. This was a bit of an oversight, to be fair. 108 per minute. Oh wait, no, wait, what? Something's not right. The holmium solution's backed up now. You are working continuously. What is the problem? What? Oh, it goes into the superconductors as well, doesn't it? Yes. 2,520 a minute. Yes, I am short electrolyte. That's okay. That's what we've got these for. That's why we're making some modules. There you go. Problem solved. How's power on Vulcanus? On Fulgora? It's fine. It's good. There we go. That's what I did. That's better. 1,080 extra a minute. That's much better. Does that keep up with the amount of holmium actually being produced? It does, of course it does. Okay, good. That's that problem solved. Right. Sorry, bit of an oversight. Bit of an oversight there. Alright, let's carry on. Oil. Petrol. This coal liquefaction thing should be enough. It should be enough. So this takes in coal, which is obviously not a problem. Heavy oil is not a problem because it outputs extra heavy oil. And steam. And steam is of course not a problem. Like this one steam acid neutralization recipe makes 10,000 steam. 2,000 a second. This needs 128 a second. So yeah, I'm not worried about steam. And we can also turn this into power as well if we want to. We need the petroleum for the plastic. We need the light oil for the solid fuel. We don't need to keep any heavy oil beyond what the liquefaction process itself uses. So we can just bung in chemical plants to convert everything that we want, and we'll use productivity modules, speed modules, whatever to get the right numbers out. This is obviously a lot better because this also outputs the light oil and the petroleum. This is, I know I spoke about it before. This recipe is quite good because it just gives you the heavy oil, but then to turn all of that heavy oil into scrap recycling is done. Whatever, just research something. It really work at robot speed. Work at robot speed. Turning this into some light oil for the petroleum, and then turning that petroleum into the plastic. At least with this one you get some petroleum and light oil out as well, plus you get loads of heavy oil out. Like, I mean, granted this has speed modules and productivity modules on it, but you're getting 32.5 light oil a second from this process, whereas you're only getting 10 a second from that. And even without the modules it's 18. It's 18 out, but 5 goes in, so it's 13 net. So it is, strictly speaking, better. Do I want to do that action? No. What I thought you would do is put the modules back in there, but clearly that's not right. Okay, this I still haven't fixed this yet. Still haven't fixed that. Don't worry, I'll do it. I was deep in the source here, trying to get all this sorted. So yeah, this should be enough rocket fuel for the 300 a minute target. Oh, I go for 260 a minute for some reason. Is that right? It's probably fine. Yeah, no, that is right. Yeah, I think that is what I said to myself afterwards. Because if I do this, so this rocket silo with 4 prod 2s in and 1 beacon with 2 speed 2s in, this uses 30 a minute. So if I want 8 of these, which I do, 240. Yeah, that was the target I set for myself. 300 was a bit much. 240 is fine. That's 8 rocket silos running full tilt with extra room to spare. Alright, let's process this oil, shall we? Nice. Very nice. Very clean. We're missing prod modules, but I'll bring some in from Now V. Speaking of bringing something in from Now V, do you remember the Luna class ship from before? From the first broadcast series? Luna is the name of my cat. And this is a Luna class ship that makes ammo and rockets, and I'm using this as my personal shopping ship for now. We don't have rocket turrets yet because we don't have carbon fibre on Glebber, but we are very slowly getting... Oh, it's actually full. We are getting carbon fibre on Glebber, so we'll just... no, that's not what I wanted to happen at all. No, that's not what I wanted to happen at all either. Please. Just the carbon fibre, please. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, the Luna class ship. It doesn't need the rockets because it doesn't go to Aquilo yet. As soon as it needs to go to Aquilo, then that's fine. This is, yeah, from the original broadcast series. The only issue with this design is that these belts need to be green to reach. If they're not green, then you don't get the carbon and the sulfur through, and as such you don't get anything else you need, but that's very easily fixed by just putting them here. I don't know why they're not like that anyway, to be honest with you. We're missing 1 set of underground belts. This also doesn't reach if it's not. This reaches if it's blue, doesn't it? Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Whatever. Fix it. Basically, do it yourself. What the hell? What the hell do you expect me to do about it? This ship is extremely tried and tested, at least with green belts. It runs off of nuclear fuel. Nuclear fuel is got circuit conditions to be efficient, and water storage, and fuel efficiency, and I won't go over it too much because obviously we spent a lot of time designing it in the previous series, so you can always just check that out. But yes, the blueprint is in the original Broadcast from Space Age book number 15. Episode number 15. There we go. Maybe I'll put one of those cards up that pops up on the screen. That's what content creators do, innit? Anyway, right. So that's bringing the stuff. It's just not going very quickly at the moment because, well, for one, I didn't tell it to wait at Vulcanus when it gets here. Just do circuit condition empty, and then that will just leave it at the thing. So you can just do that for like literally every planet, and then just press play on the one that you want to go to. That's generally what I do. Just a blank circuit condition will never ever be true. This will always, always, always be false. So we'll just stay there forever. Top tip. Plastic. Oils. It's fine. It says it's not enough water, but that is obviously very easily fixed. There we go. Now it's enough water. It should be fine. It should be fine. Like, it's not enough petroleum for the plastic, but obviously I just designed this so that it was all the same length, you know? Plus we need to incorporate this into it. What are you full of? You're full of petroleum at the moment, so in fact the heavy oil is backed up. The heavy oil is empty because these can't empty themselves of petroleum because we're not using the plastic. And then to just ensure that the heavy oil is prioritise to the coal liquefaction process, because obviously if all the heavy oil gets cracked into light oil, this will stall. This just has a pump condition. I want 2,000 heavy oil at all times before we start cracking it, which will be enough to run this for about 10 seconds. So maybe that number needs to be a bit higher. Anyway, okay. So that's the plastic done. The only thing we need is to plug in the molten metals. Quote unquote only thing we need is the molten metals, but I was assuming that wasn't going to be too arduous. What's your problem? Oh yes, the thing is empty. I know it's empty. I moved some of these, or I added these, I can't remember. And I changed these to EM plants just to speed things up a bit. Put some speed modules in the batteries thing, because the batteries were underscaled. They still are underscaled, but they're ever so slightly less underscaled now. Oh, and I took the batteries off the bus, because for some reason I put them on the bus, because I convinced myself I was going to make robot frames on this planet, and I never did do that, so I just took them off the bus. This whole section now is just making accumulators and solar panels, which is arguably a bit silly because of how easy steam is to get on this planet, but it is. We'll say it's UPS considerations, shall we? We'll say it's UPS. Solar's better for UPS, except the amount of map you need to uncover to put the solar panels down is direct contravention of that. But whatever. What's this? r/technical Factorio? No, it's not. The molten metal is exactly the same design as we were using up here already. I quite like this. It keeps it in line. It's easily expandable. Just put a bit of space for beacons in, and just turning the stone directly into landfill and then throwing that back into the lava. I'm not going to pretend I need to keep it for any reason this time. This will make enough. So, are you ready? Are you ready, kids? Where did I decide I was going to put these pipes? There we go, there and there go! Molten metals turning into circuits. Yes. There's the blue circuits. There's the LDS. This is where I put the solid fuel. How has this affected power? Obviously quite a lot. Obviously quite a lot, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything is working. The rocket fuel was working a long time ago. As soon as I put the oil in, it was working, basically. This will look like it's too slow for a long time, because, as I say, like, this is extremely precise. I suppose if you really wanted to... Actually, does this break it? I'm not going to do that, because I'm worried that then I'd run out of green circuits. 10 extra a second. One of these uses 1.8. Is that it? Does that use 1.8 a second? That can't be right. Whatever. I don't care. It's fine. It does the job. It does the job. It does it extremely well and good. Okay. So we'll put the rocket silos here, so we can move this bad boy. We'll move the science to go into here directly, because this is quite close to where the belts are going to be. Just need to make 8 rocket silos. That can't be that hard, can it? Can it? It's all fine. It's all fine. I know it's fine. I'm sandbagging you here, like pretending it doesn't work. I know it works. I know for a fact it works. These videos are pre-recorded. Everybody knows that. Oh, it's satisfying. Nice. Yes, let's go. So this is just sending up so many, but what the hell is this? This is sending up so many belts to the lunar ship, which does at least now mean that this is all working properly. The ammo belt is successfully going all the way around. I do wish I'd have put more cargo bays on this ship. Is the only thing. I mean, it is still a lot of cargo bays, but it hoards calcite for some reason. I don't think it needs to do this. I think this bit could probably go. Because how is the calcite farming ship going? Oh look at that. It's going very well. And then because we process everything that's not an ice asteroid, we've also got so much just sat on the belt waiting. Yep. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Anyway. Yes. So there's just an assembler up here that is just very slowly getting steel from this foundry here. Very slowly. But obviously we're making all the concrete, we're making all of this stuff anyway, so this will just naturally happen. One of these is not set to automatic request, this one is just for the metallurgic science packs, but we can obviously change this, add some more, add a second one, just even add more rocket silos if we want, it's not really a problem. We established before that this is a much quicker way of doing it than putting these in a... If you put these in a logistics chest and then have all of these set to automatic requests, that might technically be faster if you're just launching 2,000 at a time, but it's still probably not. Maybe when we get higher numbers we can do something else, but I am gonna make the effort to always directly insert science packs into a rocket because it is just easier to scale that up in the future. Oh, yes. Yeah, so there's 8 of these. Why are you now 290... Oh, it's 240. I was looking at this. This will, of course, only get more and more efficient as we research the rocket fuel productivity, the low density structure productivity, the processing unit productivity. So this will just get better and better, which is amazing. Like, we can just add another 8. Maybe I should have centered this a bit more. You know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Nice. Very nice. And these are all completely full now. Plastic's all fine. Everything's full. These are full of stuff. It's all good. It's all good. Really happy with it. Didn't take me that long, all things considered. Okay. So then as a treat, what I did for myself is no, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to take lots of tungsten plate back to Nauvis. I'm gonna just do a row of like each planetary thing just so that I can sort of keep it in my head, and because you need these to make artillery turrets on Nauvis. Haha, that'll be fun, won't it? Alright, we're back on Nauvis. The Lunar class ship is full of all the goodies that we want. We need to send it to... I've just put placeholders in for this. We'll sort this another time. We're not going to do this today. What I have done today, though, is made a whole bunch of artillery shells. I didn't realise quite how big the range of the artillery was. I don't know if they buffed it from 1.1, if it was always this big, if they've buffed the shell range research. I mean, I have researched up to 5, but each one is only, that's 30%. I mean, I guess it is still currently 90% now, so it's twice as much as it would be. So we'll automate this, of course we will, but just for now, just as an example. Oh, baby. Can you see this red circle? Hopefully it's coming up. We're ever so shy. I think we're a couple of researchers away from killing these into... I mean, you shot all of those so quickly. And then thankfully we've already done a perimeter defense. So it's only going to take... Yikes. It's only going to take maybe 5 or 6 artillery turrets to cover the whole of the, you know, perimeter. And we'll just feed these with the logistics bots, and we are getting some behemoth biters. Where are the... Here come some of the retaliatory attacks. Oh no! Is the laser defense going to hold up? Is the laser defense All right, if you say so. Who else wants some, eh? Oh, yep, it's daytime. All right, we can see that. Obviously, the radar grid is not powered during the night, so we can't see. Oh, there's a behemoth. There's a behemoth. But the behemoth took a lot more heat there than I thought it would. But I mean, they're not even. Oh my god, they're not even getting close. Oh, it's grim, folks. It's grim. Okay, so we'll just copy and paste some of these around. They don't even need power. I've put them here, but it's more so that I can just find them later. And I will put the artillery. I'll put this somewhere a bit more sensible. I might put it here by the actual explosives, because it's the explosives that take the most. It's one of... Well, it's 4 tungsten plates. It's 8 explosives. It makes kind of more sense to just have the explosives come in directly off the belt. Stockpile more. Not that expansion is on, of course, but if expansion were on, this would be the point where we would have completely 100% solved biters. Which is why I don't put expansion on anyway, because you do just get to the point where expansion is so irrelevant. We have kind of played on the assumption that expansion is on by doing this. But whatever. These two aren't being targeted, by the way, because these were the 2 that I used to get the biter eggs. These had capture bot rockets on them at one point, and as such, they have been marked as my buildings forever now. They will still spawn hostile biters, but they are protected from artillery and even my manual shooting. So if we ever need to get some more biter eggs, we can always use these 2, so that's very helpful. Okay, cool. Vulcans, yes. Alright. So next, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please let me know with a like or a comment, and if you want to see more Factorio, be sure to subscribe. Next time we'll start changing the infrastructure up a bit. We'll send the Gleber shuttle to and from Vulcanus, I think, for the rocket parts. And we'll send it to Nalvis with the science. We'll use the interrupts, probably. We'll build more rocket silos everywhere, so that we can get even more rocket launches being done, and maybe we'll get Gleber up to... What should be the first milestone for science per minute? 2,000? Should we say 2,000 to start off with? Maybe that's a good number. I don't know. We'll see. I'll see how I feel. But of course, now that we're back on Nalvis, we can also start using EM plants to, you know, bolster this. This is very out of date now. So is this, so is this. There's lots to do, there's lots to do. We're into the real meat and potatoes of it now. So yes, I do hope that you will come back. Any questions, of course, as always, leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Blueprint books in the comments as well. The Broadcast from Space Age and the new Excel book, which has got a lot of the things, a lot of the grid sections that we're using, as you can see. Alright, cool. Thank you. Take it easy. See you next time. Bye-bye.